Welcome back to Ill Blur Matic. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today's new video is going to be, oh yeah, I know you guys been waiting on it, Obi Wan Kenobi. So let's get right into this review and let's talk about it right now. So literally, this episode starts off literally like the first small couple minutes, I should say, is in episode 3 of Star Wars. We see these kids at the Jedi temple training their young Padawan Jedi, and we see they're trying to get erupted by a stormtrooper. And literally we see an older Jedi taking out the trooper and everything, and them getting away. We see them go inside the temple. And literally we see the Lady Jedi fend off, because it's a Lady Jedi, I forgot to mention, fending them off. She ends up getting shot, and we see the kids escape, literally, like, out of this situation. So it's just, you know, I guess they wanted to show like episode 3 and like add some like momentum to this. So there's action at the beginning, nothing wrong with that. I guess you could say this is like the start of a new story to some degree. And then it takes back into now 10 years after episode 3. So we are introduced to pretty much the Sith Inquisitors. These Sith Inquisitors are pretty much like these, like they're like higher echelon Sith Lords. Each has a different ranking from what I see. We have the Grand Inquisitor and we have Sister. And I like that we're introduced to like these other like Sith. I was like, okay, I see y'all out here, man. Like, you know, Star Wars is really like expanding their universe with this whole thing. And I love, like, we see a scene where they're looking for a Jedi, and it's probably one of the Jedi that we saw previously earlier in this episode. And they're at a saloon, excuse me. And what happens is the Inquisitors happen to go there at Tatooine. It's on Tatooine, and the owner of the saloon is, you know, being questioned by the Grand Inquisitor. And he's like, I know a Jedi's been here. You're lying to me and all this stuff. Eventually, the Jedi shows himself, and he eventually somehow survives the Inquisitors, because Sister, you know what I'm saying, her sister, she ain't no joke, boy. She is ruthless. She almost didn't cut my man's arm off with her lightsaber. I said, oh, shoot. Luckily, the other Inquisitor stopped her from doing that. He escapes the Jedi that we see. But let's talk about Obi Wan. So Obi Wan is not who we remember now. Obi Wan is living a new life on Tatooine, and we see that because he's a butcher for his daily life. He's on Tatooine. He is, you know, pretty much working a regular job. It seems like he's left his Jedi code or ideology behind. He's like, yo, I'm living a different life now. And we see him cutting up meat and working a regular job. I was like, oh, Obi-Wan's working a regular job. On top of that, he doesn't even go by Obi-Wan no more. My man's like, Ben. I'm like, who is Ben? Ben. My name is Ben. So I did like that. He's kind of grew a new identity. He's kind of left his Jedi past. He kind of left that behind. We also see that, you know, that's his daily thing, working a regular job. Also, he scrounges for like hard to find items with one of the hooded aliens. And we see that, you know, sometimes he's like, yo, man, you out here trolling, bro. Like, these parts you installed for me, bro, and you talking about you want some more creds from me. And I was like, nah, he not giving you the creds, bro. You know what I'm saying? You done took this man, you done took his parts, right? You didn't want to have nerd talk about I want some money. And then on top of that, if they clean, it's an extra this. So we see his daily life. I did like that aspect of this episode too. Him being just, you know, having a normal life now, leaving the Jedi past behind. Also, what I like about this episode is we see Obi Wan's biggest failure. He's still having reoccurring nightmares about Anakin. You know what I'm saying? I think Anakin was his biggest L. Like you got to realize, like, that was his. You know what I'm saying? That was someone that was like his student, and he was the sensei. And I guess he felt like he, tried to steer Anakin to a decent path. Anakin chose the dark side pretty much, and we see him having the struggles with that. On top of that, we see Obi-Wan struggling to to get close to Anakin's son, Luke Skywalker. We do see Luke Skywalker seems to have a similar interest to his dad when it comes to certain stuff. But let's talk about Layla too. Let me just talk about Layla. So Layla Organa. So Layla is pretty much Luke Skywalker's sister. In this episode, we see a little bit more of her in this episode. And I feel like it worked. Like the transition between Obi-Wan, Layla, they executed it just right for me. We see Layla on this planet, and we see one of the people that's the senator that we saw in the previous Star Wars movies be her actual parent, and also the wife of that senator. We see that Layla is rebellious. She really doesn't want to be on this planet, go to these fancy events. Layla like, I ain't about that life. Okay? And she's accompanied by a robot. You know what I'm saying? We see her in the robot, Lolo. Lolo's the name of the robot. I know it sounds funny, right? And we see them kind of just interacting with one another. And we see the mother kind of furious with her because the person that they had dressed up wasn't Layla. It was someone that was like her size and everything, but you could tell by the hand that it wasn't her. I thought that was interesting. Also, we see Layla being the black sheep of her family because she's not a real Organa. We all know that. And the thing is, her cousin points it out, and she kind of points out the issue her cousin has with her father authority, which Layla has a problem with to some degree too, right? And we see that she doesn't fit in, you know what I'm saying? She's really a princess, and you know what I'm saying, she's living on this planet, isolated, she can't go anywhere else. And we see eventually she escapes, but gets captured by like these bounty hunters. What I also like about this episode, I forgot to mention, is Obi-Wan eventually has to face his past. He comes across the Jedi that was in this episode, and he says, "You're Obi-Wan." He said, "Nah, bro, I'm Ben." I'm like, "Nah, bro, you ain't Ben. Ben is your new identity." Okay? And I felt so bad for the Jedi because he's like, "Look, man, I don't have nowhere to go. They coming after me," meaning the Inquisitors. These Sith Inquisitors are about their business. They are very assertive. And Obi-Wan tells him like, "Yo, man, bury your lightsaber, man. Don't even think about this lifestyle no more, and keep it moving." I said, bruh, that wasn't the answer. You ain't got the answers, Obi-Wan. You ain't got the answers, Obi-Wan. And I felt so bad because that same Jedi, Obi-Wan eventually comes across in Tatooine, and he's hung up dead. I said, oh my God. Like, I know that's messing with him mentally. Like, you know what I'm saying? Seeing that same person that you told to bury their lightsaber and keep it moving. Also, we see in this episode Obi-Wan needing the help of an old friend that's the senator, and we see how he is. He's like, "Look, man, I don't do that no more. That's not me. That's my past." And he's trying to tell Obi-Wan like, "Look, Layla's in trouble. We need your help." And I love like how we see Obi-Wan transition. Like, he's kind of hesitant at first to want to help. And he said, "Well, you so focused on the boy," meaning Luke Skywalker, "that you don't see that Layla is valuable too, And, we see Obi-Wan make a choice, and him deciding to leave Tatooine due to her actual father, you know what I'm saying, telling her like, "Hey, man, you could at least help out, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you the coordinates to where she's at and everything. And, I need you to go, you know what I'm saying? Can't you just help an old friend out one last time?" And I think he realized, like, you know, you can't really help Luke because Uncle Owen doesn't want anything for you to do with the boy. You know what I'm saying? So I think he realized, like, maybe it is best for me to go see what's going on with the sister of the brother. I thought this episode was fleshed out really well. You know, it had like a little filler at the beginning. I'm okay with that. I think the story is very interesting, engaging. I'm glad we learned about Layla in her younger years as a kid. I like that we saw these new Sith inquisitors are like going to be the new villain, which is really interesting. I also liked how we see Obi Wan having a hard time letting the past go, despite his failure, not just with Anakin. He felt the young man that mentioned, like, yo, I need your help, and you just like, no, go live your life, man. We not Jedi no more. Like, the Jedi lost. We took an L, bro. So that's the thing. I mean, he had to realize, like, am I gonna live in the past or I'm gonna live in the present? I did like that aspect of it, but you know, that's how I enjoyed the episode. But you tell me in the comments, guys, did you enjoy the latest episode of Obi Wan Kenobi, episode 1? I think it was a good start. I like what they did with it. Nice story. 10 years after, I like it. So it's your boy Blur, man. Guys, thanks for supporting. Thanks for commenting. Until next time, have a great day, guys. I'm out. The saga continues. Oh yeah. Thank you for support.